How to apply the life of service when it comes to helping the homeless, the stranger, people who are in need, as I find it hard to actually apply this in real life. Inviting someone strange over my house, not sure how mentally stable they might be, and so on. St. Anthony the Great says that the greatest virtue is discernment, because it is the virtue that governs all the other virtues, even love, even though we say love is the pinnacle of the virtues, but discernment is the virtue that governs the application of all the other virtues, humility, love, patience, and so on. So I think in circumstances like this, of course, we need to grow in our spiritual life in seeking that discernment through a life of prayer and spiritual guidance and reading. So that we know that in certain circumstances how to act, because it's correct that of course we don't just find somebody on the street and we invite them to our house. Again, it needs discernment, right? But there's something we can always do, and I think His Grace Bishop Angelos spoke about this. Dealing with the circumstances of life as they come up at every moment. There's a beautiful expression that I like called the sacrament of the present moment. Every moment is a sacrament. Every moment is filled with an opportunity to experience the grace of God. For example, yesterday I spoke a little bit about Mother Teresa, and one of the things that she said was that the greatest poverty in the West is not the poverty that's on the streets of, for example, Calcutta, India, but it's the poverty of loneliness. Right? So we can reach out to people that are around us that are struggling with loneliness, or so that we can even offer a smile. If we cannot offer something material, we can offer, a few dollars to somebody that we come into contact with on a street corner. We can buy them a meal. We can offer them a word of comfort. So there's something we can always do. But I think the principle that I would just mention is that this idea of the sacrament of the present moment, not to let life pass you by without being aware that the circumstance that you are in at that very moment is the most important circumstance. One of the things that you find with people who are very holy people is that they live in the present moment. Their attention is given to what's in front of them at that moment, whether it's a person they're sitting with, whether it's a service that they're involved in, whether it's a prayer, whatever is at that moment that they are engaged in is the most important thing. Whereas most of us, I think we live in the past and in the future. Our minds are constantly going back to the problems and regrets of the past, or the fear and the anxiety of the future, and we forget what's in front of us. So I think the more that we try to live in the present moment and we seek a life of discernment, we will know how to act and how to live the will of God at that moment.